So, you're feeling stuck. You're not quite sure what your next career transition move ought to be. Maybe you are a high achiever, leader, entrepreneur who's maybe in the second phase of your life. Maybe you had a great first half run. Maybe you were enjoying your career in that first half, and now you're trying to navigate career transitions. You're trying to figure out what your next career move should be when you're feeling stuck. Well, if that's you, I've got 5 tips just for you that are going to help you. Number 1 is to reflect on your why. Reflect on why you are navigating this transition in the first place. And number 2, reflect on why you want to, quote, reinvent yourself, if you will. I once heard Gil Hyatt say, when people lose their why, they lose their way. So reflect on your why. Number 2, consider careers that build upon your existing experience. If you were someone who was an amazing teacher in your first half, and now that you're in your second half, look at ways that you can move into mentorship or some type of coaching or leadership, whatever it may be for you. Number 3, update your skills and your knowledge. It's not enough just to go through the course, get the certificate, and then close the book and say, I'm done. That's it. No more learning for me. Nope. You've got to continually apply yourself to leadership, apply yourself to growth, apply yourself to new levels of being. But you already know this because you are a leader. You're a high achiever. You're somebody that knows how to get things done. In fact, if you're watching this video, I already know 2 things about you. Number 1, you're someone who has already accomplished amazing things with your life. My goodness, if we were to do a documentary on your life alone and just the decisions that you've made, the lessons that you've learned, the things that you've achieved, people would be inspired by your life. That's the kind of person that you are. That's the kind of people that are attracted to this channel. And so I'm so happy that you're here, but make sure that you are updating your skills and your knowledge on a continual basis. Number 4 is to shift your mindset. Listen, if you are sitting there thinking, I'm too old, I don't have enough time left, my best days are behind me, that was then, this is now. Listen, change your mindset. Let's get to an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset is one that says there is more where that came from. An abundance mindset is one that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. An abundance mindset is one that says, God can still do great things in my life. So shift your mindset for where you're going. And then finally, reach out to your network, right? It's important that hopefully by this time in your career, you have established a strong network of friends who you can reach out to. Listen, I once learned this from Dan Miller years ago, and it's called a 3 a.m. list. And a 3 a.m. list are the people who you could call if you had an emergency at 3 a.m. and who you know would actually pick up the phone, right? Who would see your name pop up on the caller ID and wouldn't hit decline call, but would actually answer the call. They are somebody who wouldn't just pray for you. You know, a lot of people say that, oh, I'll pray for you, and then they never do, or they just, give you a little 5-second thought or, if that. But these are the kind of people on the 3 a.m. list who won't just pray for you, but if you needed resources or if you needed help with something, they would actually be there, right? With their gift of presence. Sometimes it's not just in all the stuff that you say, but it's in your ability to be present. Leaders, listen, you can't be available to everyone if you want to be available in a way that is meaningful. So at this stage of your life, ask yourself, what's most important to me? Who is most important to me that I become available for? And that's going to also help you get unstuck and help you find that next career move because you come to realize, hey, this is what's most important for me. Okay. So we are in a Q&A segment right now. We're doing some quick Q&A, and this amazing question came in from another leader. She's actually in her mid-60s, and this question came in. My husband and I are in our mid-60s. We want to know who needs us, our gifts, skills, and talents, and the witness of our 40 plus years of walking with the Lord and 40 years of marriage. That's amazing. Okay. You could do a whole training, a whole course on just how to survive and thrive in marriage and ministry, right? There's an idea for you. We are also seeking wisdom about a lifestyle that is affordable and sustainable long term. So here's another resource, and it's called the Rich Habits Podcast. I just recently started listening to it. It is phenomenal, but they give some great advice in there about living below your means. One of the things they said is the goal is not to look rich. The goal is to be rich. So a lot of fun things like that. The question goes on. I have been and still am an independent contractor with a teaching company for several years. And almost a year ago, we launched our own business. But it's been very slow getting clients through our site. At our age, we want to be able to live simply within our means and have meaningful connections. Right now, we feel like a holding pattern. So we're seeking God for next steps and directions. My word for the year is forward. It's also a play on the words for, and word is appropriate. Fourth quarter, married 40 years, so forth and so on. Okay, so let me give you some encouragement, my dear leader, in this particular instance. You say in your question that you launched this business almost a year ago. Okay, give it time. You've only been in it about a year. Quality growth takes time. Let me tell you a story. I'll never forget, I was tending to some of my flowers in my front yard. And I remember I looked out the door and I saw what looked like to be a flower, but it was growing way too fast. And I would go out there and I'd check on it and I'd be like, wow, that is really nice. But it would just grow way too fast. Finally, one day I went out there, I said, you know what? That's not a flower. That is a weed perpetrating and trying to look like a flower. So I had to root it up from the root so that the real thing could grow there. So many times as leaders and entrepreneurs, we are trying to plant something that is not real because we are just in such a hurry to get results. You've only started. A year is just 12 months. So give it some more time. Put some more significant work into it. The second part of this is you say getting clients through your site. Listen, most people, when they're scrolling, first of all, they're looking on their phones when they're reading your website. And most people don't read websites anymore. Guess what they do? They scan, right? Because you're competing with 1,000 other things that are trying to get their attention as they're looking at your, quote, website. So instead of just depending on your website to generate sales and leads for you, get out there in the community. Start building relationships. Go to see where you can speak, maybe for free or for paid, and start building up your email list. Start emailing your audience at least once a week. Entrepreneurs, leaders, you know this. You've got to stay top of mind. Otherwise, out of sight, what? Out of mind. So you got to stay consistent in being visible to those who may be interested in your services. Start doing things like that, and you're going to start seeing a lot more momentum in your business as you go. I don't want you to be discouraged. I want you to know that growth will happen as you are consistent in doing the right things. And know that, yes, it takes time, but quality growth happens when you got the right tools and systems in place. So, quick recap. Number 1, reflect on your why. Number 2, consider careers that build up on your existing experience. Number 3, update your skills and knowledge. Number 4, shift that mindset. I don't think you have any problem with mindset here from reading your email. But just be sure that you have that abundance mindset and that you're protecting your confidence along the way. And then finally, reach out to your network and step outside of your comfort zone as you do this as well. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I certainly hope that something was shared during this mini training that can help you get unstuck, navigate the career transition, whether you are in your 60s, 70s, 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever it may be. You can do great things, and the best days are ahead of you if you believe that. So thank you so much. Listen, type in the chat, my best days are ahead. If you made it to this long in the video, I just want you to type in the chat so others can see it. My best days are ahead. Be sure that you subscribe to this channel and make sure that you get on our VIP community list at Giovanna.com. Link is in the box below so that we can make sure that we are sending you material on a weekly basis. We do not bombard your inbox because I hate that too. So we'll just reach out to you once or twice a week or so to give you encouragement to help you go along the way. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time.